This is Jason with British Customs. Today we are going to talk about our 2019 Street Scrambler. A little bit of background on the bike. We purchased the bike secondhand about a year ago for the purpose of development. Everything we do here we design and test. So we wanted to build an aggressive bike, something that we could go take off-road. So we started with the parts we had and started the development process. One of the first parts that we developed was the pan taillight with the retro turn signals. We stuck with the standard shock mount turn signal, but we upgraded the signals to an LED. To do this, we had to put load equalizers and plug-and-play connectors on the bike. From there, we upgraded the seat. We discovered that the seat with rack is a simple changeover to the slammer seat if you just move the mounting locking mechanism, which we'll show you a little bit later. And then kind of coming to the bike, we wanted an aggressive stance. We went with a protaper dirt track bar. We shortened it about 3/4 of an inch on each side so that we could maintain the stock brake line. And then we upgraded the headlight ears to the retro headlight ears, put aggressive TKC 80s, and updated to a high mount fender. After getting back from the desert, there's some changes we really want to do to the bike. We want to change it up. The suspension needs a lot of work. There's a lot of things that need to be changed, and we are going to completely tear the bike down, start from scratch, and come up with a whole new design, something with more classic lines, a little more retro, but we want the bike to perform. We're going to change the rear and the front suspension, and we're going to try to get the bike to travel so that we can go out in the desert and continue to have fun, but not feel limited by the suspension. We're going to start the teardown with the rear of the bike, and we're going to move from the rear to the front of the bike. The first step is to take off the seat. With the seat off, there's a couple of things I just want to mention. There's the seat latch that's repositioned to the rear. The factory Street Scrambler seat uses this location to mount the slammer seat. It's as simple as unscrewing and relocating the latch to the rear of the bike. The other item I want to point out is our plug-and-play harness. The plug-and-play harness uses the OEM connectors. There's no cutting or wiring required. It's simple as plugging it in and bolting it on. And as simple as that, and then you just remove the fender. So in the process of getting ready to remove the turn signals, we have to remove the headlight. On the liquid cooled, there's a wire organizer that is secured with self-tapping screws. It looks like we may have over-tightened the self-tapping screw, and in the process of running through the desert, the screw's fallen out. And as we remove this, you can see it's just a self-tapping screw into plastic. Probably not the best design. It's just a little self-tapping screw. And removing the turn signals, once again, plug and play OEM connectors. Just disconnect them, and you are ready to remove the turn signals. So one of the things that we like to do on a build is we like to take off most of the factory parts and try to upgrade them. As you can see, this is the Street Scrambler skid plate. It's made of plastic. We're going to look for something a little bit more substantial to be able to go out and actually punish it. If we hit a rock, we'd like to be able to come home. So anytime you're going to get ready to remove a tank, we suggest that you prop the back of the tank up so you have easy access to remove the vent line, the 2 electrical connectors, and the fuel injection connection. So right here we have a little piece we machined up. This kind of supports the tank up. In the development of the liquid-cooled models, we quickly found out that the O2 sensor was part of a casting that was the header bung. So we machined a stainless steel solution that allowed us to securely mount headers and create a seamless flow from the bung to the pipe. So in removing the header, you see there's a smooth transition and the O2 sensor is in the factory location. Also allows us a proper area to weld and secure the pipe to the header bung. So in designing the Street Scrambler competition header, we reused the left size header and then we had to completely redevelop the right side. And what you can see here is this is a cast piece that Triumph has to hold the O2 sensor. For us to be able to develop headers, we had to machine up a replica, so the O2 sensor is in the same location, to give us a secure mounting point for the pipe and allow a seamless design between pipe and header bung. Now that we've got the bike stripped down, I just want to tell you a little bit about the process. Typically when we get a bike in here, we bolt on parts and kind of accentuate what the bike already is. Now that we've taken the bike out to the desert, we've tested it, we know what we want to change about it, we've stripped it down to a raw form, and we're going to be rebuilding it. Stay tuned for the next episode.